You are watching the 2026 NBA Epitome Game Series presented by Law Murray, Power Rankings Project Ringmaster at The Athletic. This is where I pick out one game from each team from the last regular season. I am putting the spotlight on the biggest weakness of the 14 teams that missed the playoffs and the biggest strength of the 16 playoff teams from the regular season. This installment features the Charlotte Hornets. The first half of the season was your typical Hornets season, as they were well under 500 through 41 games. And then the Hornets turned into real killer bees, outscoring their opponents by an average of 10.6 points per game from January 22nd on. Charlotte won 44 games overall, their most in a decade, and they even knocked out play-in tournament Titans Miami to get to the 8-9 game. But Orlando pummeled the Hornets into elimination, and Charlotte became the first Eastern Conference team in NBA history to miss the playoffs for a 10th consecutive season. The epitome game for the Hornets came at LA in January. Both the Hornets and the Clippers were at full strength, but the Hornets had a defensive flaw that set them back against even the most generous of offenses. First quarter, and the Hornets are actually doing a decent job defensively, considering the Clippers only had 10 points more than halfway through the quarter. The Hornets go to drop coverage against pick and roll, and it means no pressure on the ball handler, no pressure on the receiver, and the Hornets had no steals in the first quarter of this game. Final minute of the first half. And again, the Hornets doing a good job defensively given the score of this game. Ryan Kalkbrenner does a good job identifying that Nico Batum is cutting through this zone on a sideline out of bounds after a timeout. But Knipple, he's not pressuring James Harden, can't get the steal there, and no one gets out to Nico Batum for an assisted corner three. Third quarter, Grant Williams, token pressure in the backcourt, and James Harden does nothing. Harden gets it to Jordan Miller, no steal for Sion James. Josh Green can't draw this charge. Musa Diabate uncovers Brook Lopez for an assisted corner three. 41 points apiece by both of these teams in this third quarter. In the fourth quarter, the Hornets had no steals. The Clippers had no turnovers. Watch Knipple. He's got Jordan Miller. And as Kawhi Leonard gets this switch, Knipple is preoccupied with what Kawhi is going to do and gets back cut by Jordan Miller. Direct line pass from Leonard to Miller for a dunk. The Hornets lost this game 117 to 109, dropping their record to 14-26. Charlotte's defense had only 3 steals in this game, and only the Nuggets had fewer steals last season than the Hornets. After 6 seasons, the Hornets traded away point guard LaMelo Ball to Minnesota, receiving power forward Naz Reid in return. Then the Hornets turned around and traded power forward Miles Bridges to Phoenix. Charlotte used a lottery pick on power forward Hannah Steinbach out of Washington and will build their team around Brandon Miller and Rookie of the Year runner-up Knipple. Stay tuned for the next installment of the 2026 NBA Epitome Game Series featuring the Golden State Warriors.